I gotta tell you guys something. We've all tried to dabble a little bit in this whole WNBA thing. And I gotta tell you guys, as of right now, it doesn't feel good at all. As of right now, it is exhausting. And the problem is not the WNBA. The problem is not the women who play in the WNBA. The problem is you. The problem is you people. What people? You people. Every last one of you motherfuckers. It feels like every single one of you people is the problem. You can make an argument that I'm the problem, and you know what? I'll be that if I got to. But it feels like every single one of y'all. Like, you want to talk about a no feel good situation. Shaw, right now, I'm going to read through the top headlines on ESPN.com on the WNBA tab. Okay. Reese riled up by her foul call on Clark in loss. Clark nets 23 as Fever win 2 in a row for the first time. I guess that one feels okay. Aces add Wilson help by signing rookie Carter. Okay. You know. Wings Ngumboale, politics and Olympics discussion. Wilson emotional after sliding Aces fall to Liberty. I think that's when Major Wilson was crying in the press conference because they 500 right now. And I don't know how it works in that world of basketball, but when you're that many games behind in a 40-game season, it's an indicator your team actually isn't good. It's not just about a slow start. Serena Lodge Clark hopes she'll stay grounded, but even that's talking about the other stuff and staying grounded within that. And then Fever's Clark, don't use me to push agendas, because you remember it was that thing where they was asking Caitlin Clark to shut down the racism of the people supporting her. And she like, but don't nobody else like me. Who am I have left? Y'all just trying to have me out here fighting against the world. Oh, okay. But nothing feels good. All of that stuff just gets to the feel bad place. We had the flagrant foul thing happen over the weekend, and I'm just going to throw this point out here, okay? On one hand, I see the people saying that they can see I think it was Danny Cannell, and I got to be careful because so much of this is social media, but I saw Danny Cannell say something about how you could see the hate in that foul. And I'm like, buddy, I think you're going a little bit too far. The other side, I see Jim Trotter of The Athletic refer to that foul as a normal flagrant foul. And somehow neither of them realize they sound ridiculous. Sean, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't normal flagrant foul a bit of an oxymoron?
I'm like, there's no, it's flagrant. It's a normal flagrant foul's a foul.
It's just an everyday flagrant foul. That's not how flagrant fouls work, right? On the other end, you can see the hate. Y'all are acting like Howard said it last week, y'all acting like she Jackie Robinson. It's not that either. But what you not gonna do is tell me this. You're not just gonna tell me it was that she was playing the ball. That Angel Reese was playing the ball. You're not. And this is all I'm gonna say on that. Maybe she was playing the ball, but she didn't seem to be particularly concerned with playing the ball well. Why do I say that? Because she had another teammate who was playing the ball, and somehow neither of them ended up near each other. They was both playing the ball, and they ended up in two different places, and one of them didn't get close to the ball. Wasn't anywhere near the ball. And who was the one that wasn't anywhere near the ball? The one that hit Caitlin Clark in the side of the head. Now, again, you can make an argument that these things happen in basketball, certainly. But what Angel Reese said after that, I always play the ball, that's when you know somebody trying to get you. When you know that when people go to the absolutes, like not even a, hey, I see where you might be coming from. I did hit her in the side of the noggin. No, I always play the ball. Oh, okay. You go look at that clip and just tell me how come she was nowhere near the ball. Now, again, do I think that's the biggest deal in the world? No. Do I think that is something that needs to be on CNN? No. Do I need people to lie to me and act as though at the very least getting the ball would have been a plus, but missing wasn't the worst thing in the world? You're not going to fool me. You're just not. And I feel like everybody now is trying to fool me, and it gets to be annoying for this reason. It's just dawned on me today. Because again, I'm a relative newbie to this WNBA stuff. And so I don't have, like, by memory, a great handle on the way that the schedule works. And I knew they were taking an Olympic break. So from the middle of July to the middle of August, from the middle of July to the middle of August, they're taking a break for the Olympics.
WNBA is messing with you, Bo.
Oh my God, I'm talking about the calendar like it's freeways in LA. Like I'm gonna take the 91 to the 57. Right? Sean, do you realize that they playoffs start in the middle of September?
Tough.
Which means that this is all going to be happening in the middle of football. And good God, I don't know what's going to have to happen in their series for us to be talking about them in the midst of the football. Like we might have L on a couple times and get it in there for a measure of conversation. But it just dawned on me. Our time to actually get into the basketball is right now. And we are not doing that. We are not doing that at all. I looked at the standings for the first time. Sean, I feel like the teams that got all the rookies and the players that we talk about, Andrea Carter said it this morning on ESPN. She said that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are having a mid-off. She said they teams is both so mid that they just having a mid-off. All the players that I hear people talk about, they teams is wild mid. Even the Aces, they mid. They 6-6. The definition of mid. The Fever, they're 5-10 and have the worst point differential in the league. The Sky, they got a worse record than the Fever. Everybody we talk about is the mid. We got to get to this basketball as soon as possible because this is our opportunity to talk about the basketball because after this, we ain't going to be talking about basketball, man. We going to be out here talking about training camp and everything else. And so we're in this space right now where these polarizing topics, I guess we'll call it or whatever else, are like the centerpiece of everything that's going on. But this is the chance to really get into basketball. And at least in terms of general topic discussion, that hasn't happened. The social media discourse, there's a lot of it about basketball. Like I will say this, the people that I notice the most because they're saying annoying things, they also talk about the basketball, but that ain't the stuff that the algorithm gonna bounce around because the things that makes people mad is going to be what the algorithm bounces around left and right. But I can say for myself personally, I have not done a good enough job as I would have hoped to actually learn something about the basketball. And goodness gracious, I need to, because I hate everything else. Like what the discourse has become. Sean, I think I told you about it the other day where they, the back and forth that I wound up having over the idea of make Caitlin Clark a broadcaster since y'all want her on the broadcast so bad. And I was getting it left and right from everybody. And I was just like, damn, everybody's so mad at this. And I'm like, we don't have to talk about this. Like we're not required. And so much of what makes everybody talk about this seems to be addressing the people they don't like. You know what I mean? Like the basis of the conversation is, well, you know what they're going to say about this, or man, if this was such and such, or ... and everything else. And that just has to feel miserable to everybody, right? None of us are required to do this. Like, are we just that addicted to chaos? With PrizePicks, you can turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching your favorite sports this summer. You can make a PrizePicks lineup in as little as 60 seconds. You just need to pick more or less on 2 to 6 players' projected stats, and you're locked in. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what make PrizePicks the #1 fantasy sports app. So make sure you go to prizepicks.com/Bomani and use code Bomani for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/Bomani. PrizePicks, daily fantasy sports made easy.